So we're here with another edition of Let's Talk Health, and with me today is two very special guests, my sweetheart Jevoni Roberts and his mom Shari Roberts. Now Jevoni is a preemie baby, and Shari is going to tell us a little bit about her experience. Today's the 17th of November and it's World Prematurity Day, so we decided to do an interview with a preemie baby and a preemie mommy. Shari, what was that experience like?
Well, it was really challenging as a mother of a premature baby. It was a really difficult experience because I had him at 26 weeks. We were in Barbados for about almost 2 months in the NICU. When we came back to St. Vincent, we were here in the hospital for 1 month, where we got a lot of good attention from the nurses in the NICU. They're very, very well trained, and it had a lot of challenges in terms of his lungs were not developed properly. He had a lot of breathing problems. He had to do a lot of platelet transfusions, blood transfusions. He also actually flatlined twice.
Wow.
Which was very heartbreaking for me, but God is good. And he did see him through, and now he is 8 years old and healthy after being born at 26 weeks and just 2 pounds.
So you had to do you have to consistently go with him to the doctor to do checks and stuff?
Not really. The only problem we have is when he gets a cold, then you know that he has a problem with oxygen through his body. His stats are a bit low, so he has to have some oxygen, but we try our best to make sure that he doesn't catch a cold. So I always make sure I give him cod liver oils. So he is pretty healthy. He's pretty healthy.
There was a premature walk and run. It was from the Arnesville. Where was it from?
It was from Arnesville Sporting Complex to Heritage Square.
And you participated. Why did you participate in that?
Because this was to show my babies are strong, and
you're definitely strong. You walked all the way?
Yes, miss.
And how did that make you feel when you completed that walk?
Good.
So, what would you say to other preemie babies? What would you say to other preemie babies?
If you're going to walk carefully and be careful. I'm a pro preemie baby.
Okay, so Shari, what are some of the other challenges that you face as a preemie mom?
Well, we have the aspect of the finances. You have to take extra care. You have to buy extra things for a premature baby. The feedings are normally different. It's a bit stressful in terms of you have to wake up, make sure that they feed on time. You have to be very clean. Your environment must be clean and sterile. So you must make sure that you have hand sanitizers. You can't really expose your premature baby to the public so soon, because
they pick up
a lot of infection and bacteria and so basically I kept him away from the public for at least 2 years until he was
2 years.
Yeah, until he was until he was a bit better.
But what was it challenging traveling from Barbados with him so young and the possibilities of infection to come to St. Vincent? What was the risk factors of that?
It was challenging. However, the Ministry of Health, we had to request that a nurse came to Barbados to actually, to supervise the whole transition from the hospital. So she traveled with us from the hospital to the airport, and then obviously when we came, we went straight to the hospital here. So a nurse was assigned to us to travel back from Barbados to St. Vincent with him because he was so young. He was still under 5 pounds. So, and we had the oxygen tank and so on. So, it was a bit, it's a very challenging experience, but it's worthwhile.
So when you see him, so strong and so, competent and functioning, normally, how does that make you feel?
As a parent, it makes me feel very good because the challenges we were faced with before, they gave us a 50-50 chance of survival because of the age that he was born. It was so early. And you know, it's a good feeling because looking at my son now, I could actually see what they said would have happened. It's not even happening. The slowness in learning, and so it's not everything they said that would have happened with prematurity and the babies and development. He has conquered it all, so I feel really good.
Okay. So you're doing very well in school?
Yes, please.
What is your favorite subject?
Social studies and some health.
Yeah, you don't like maths?
Like language, but not maths.
Me too. Alright, so thank you, Shari, for coming to do this interview with us. We're really happy to have you and to hear this experience. Words of encouragement for mothers who may be going through this process now and feel like so stressed out about it.
First thing, you must make sure that you have a good support system. You must be mentally strong, and I would encourage parents not to give up. Doctors may say something, but you know, and where you place your faith is what is important. And you know, just look at the positive end of it, and the journey is definitely wonderful. You will definitely enjoy the journey.
I want to ask one more thing. How was the bonding? How hard was it to bond with him? Because I know when they're so young, they're on, hooked up to the machines, and sometimes breastfeeding is difficult. Some parents don't get the opportunity to breastfeed, well, some mothers, and so the bonding is a bit weird in the early stages. How were you able to overcome those hurdles, and how did that part work for you?
Well, it wasn't really a challenge for me because while in Barbados, they actually showed me how to, feed. They gave me the opportunity to feed him, and when they took him off the NG tubes and so on, I was able to, they actually taught me how to breastfeed, and he actually latched on. It wasn't, I know a lot of parents say, it's a bit difficult, but before him latching on, I had inverted nipples, so what I had to do, I had to massage the nipples out, so at least he can have something to latch on, because his muscles in his mouth wasn't as fully developed, so his sucking would have been a little slow. But it's patience, but I didn't really have any difficulty feeding. The only thing is he didn't breastfeed for long.
Were you scared about holding him at first, being that he was so tiny?
I was a bit scared, but I was, on the flip side, I was very, excited to know that I had given birth to such an amazing young man. I didn't know what the future held for us, but I was always positive that he would survive and he would conquer. So I mean, I don't know, it's just a good feeling, and
you're proud to be
I'm a proud Prima mommy. I'm a proud Prima mommy.
Alright, thank you so much, Shari.
Thanks.